Welcome, ladies and gentlefolk, to the all-new podcast that will bedazzle and arouse the most daft of villains and heroes alike, from off the TV, across the airwaves, and to your ears. Here's the host, Rusty Rafters.
Hey, welcome to the Rusty Rafters Show. We've got two special guests tonight. They both have served in NASA, various space programs, and other endeavors. You could say after retirement they became entrepreneurs of sorts, and I think some somehow decided to work together. So tonight we have Herschel Eaglewood. He served NASA for many years. He's an inspiration to us all. And then we also have Florenso Pierre Pierre Baptiste III. He comes all the way from France.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem, no problem. It's fun just to spend all that money and get you over here. Hope to do it again soon. So, Herschel, would you like to tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm about 70 in Earth years, but that's why I look like I'm 30, because we spend most of our time in outer space, and space years is different.
I hear that's a factor.
But I used to work for NASA back around 40 years ago.
Oh wow! I was just a little tadpole swimming around somewhere. Where are you from?
I've always lived in the South, but now I'm living in New York, and the accents are kind of...
How do you like New York? How's the pace?
It's big.
Yeah.
Fast.
That's what they say about the South, except they say it's big and slow. Do you agree? Do you agree with that?
That's just Texas.
Oh, just Texas. Yeah, I haven't really been anywhere south the border. I'm a little afraid to go into those Confederate states.
You should be.
Yeah, I am. That's why I haven't gone. And so, do you retired? How long did you work for NASA? 10
years, probably.
Oh yeah, what was
it was all secret, and sort of jog your memory when you're done working.
Yes,
with
try
them.
not to give them too much information.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot you're not allowed to say, but now there's a lot of declassified stuff that you can talk about. What was the biggest program that you worked on that you can remember?
Well, we were the ones who started the space station.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually about...
The International Space Station?
No, the World Space Station.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. That's one of the top secret projects? That's not one of the ones that
we were supposed to talk... Yeah, that was a joke. That's not one of the ones we worked on. That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the international one. That's the one we worked for.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's pretty cool. All right, and so Florence, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as a young boy growing up, I always wanted to take part in very important matters of space and
Did you go to school young?
As a young boy, I dreamed of being an astronaut, and when I graduated high school, I went to the Academy of Space and Aeronautics of Paris, Old Paris, and the school was later shut down due to infestation.
What kind of infestation?
Latin immigrants.
Oh.
And they overran the academy. So anyway, once I had finished the academy, I joined the French Secret Service. I was part of that for 17 years, working my way, trying to represent our nation in space. When I finally got the call from NASA, they wanted my expertise in a certain matter, and this is a classified matter, but
What's a matter? What's a matter?
It's a matter, a matter of discussion.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Lost in translation there.
Yeah, sometimes I find it hard to hear what he's saying.
And ever since I got my first job on the space station, the International Space Station, which
at what age was that? What age
we worked on?
I was about 37.
Mm-hmm.
I am now a 72.
Nice. Just 2 years older than your counterpart here.
Oui. And we first met at the NASA in Houston and began working together on the space station. And
Nice. Before you get into you guys, what was the biggest mission that you played a part in during your NASA years?
Let's see. We created the first ever space fan.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was a fan that.
Are we allowed to talk about that one too?
Well, this is
all
just
new
a
to me.
small matter.
Please, yeah. Feel free to talk about anything, regardless of classification.
Well, then I actually did work on a world space station. It's kind of a secret, I guess, but it's about the size of the world, but it's not even. It's just a skeletal structure right now. It's behind the moon.
Oh wow. Well, one thing is I do want to say the reason I got both of our guests here tonight is, as you may have heard, they have worked together. After working through solo careers, managed to meet each other, and I thought it'd be very special to have them both on tonight. I'm very huge fans of them, and many of our listeners too, guys. Thank you for coming by, guys. So, yeah, would you guys like to explain how you guys met, and then we'll talk about what kind of stuff you worked on. So, how did you guys end up meeting each other?
Well, as two young aspiring astronauts working on the space station, I was working with the Americans, and I needed a wrench. I needed a big wrench, and I remember I was tightening one of the arms of the robot of the space station that was meant to grab asteroids. And
this was in space, or
this was in space. I was floating outside in space.
Oh wow!
Above the Earth.
Dangerous, scary.
And
nightmares about those things.
I reach behind me. I need a wrench. I say, I need a wrench.
Mm-hmm.
Someone give me a wrench.
And guess
who,
what?
Who gives me a wrench?
Right here.
Wow.
Was the
My
guy.
good friend right here.
Oh wow!
Immediately, we were good
immediately
friends.
connection. It was
Wow.
a
It's something that happens in
instant-
space.
I could see that.
instant connection.
You got to have some sort of trust and everything if you're in a situation like that. I'm sure you don't want to fly away or just
No.
grabbing a wrench or.
It was like he read
flies
my
out your
mind and
hands.
was handing me the wrench. But as I was saying, I need a wrench.
I knew it was
wow.
going to be needed.
He's like,
Wow,
I knew this
amazing.
man needs a wrench. So anyway, he gave me a space wrench, which is what it was. It has little engines on it, and little thrusters to help me turn the wrench.
It helps you turn
Oh
it.
wow!
It's actually a
Micro thrusters.
Everything's got to be
microthrusters,
real
yes.
tight in outer
Wait.
space.
Wait. So anyway,
I wouldn't even know, but
ever since then, both of us have been speaking about how we do not particularly care for the way things are handled with our governments, and
It's very wasteful. Waste of time.
we waste lots of time in space.
do people from the different nationalities end up having a lot of hard times in space, whether it's communication or just general problems and claustrophobia, like cabin fever?
Well, when we brought up, like native people from the South, like South America,
Mm-hmm.
and we just bring them up into outer space really fast with one of our ships, just to like experiment and see what they could do and
Yeah.
how they handle it.
Train-
They always go crazy. They don't know what they're.
Well, do you train them first, or you just kind of like send them up there?
We just send them up there. We want to know what they could do, and they can't do anything. And
Are they volunteers, or you just pick them?
well,
like,
we leave
a
a trail,
lottery?
of like good food and everything, and then they keep coming back, and then we just put nets there, catch them, and the ship's like right there. It's
Oh wow!
we send them up, and they go crazy and they start screaming. They don't know what's going on.
I mean, I that would probably be me, flapping around, not knowing what the hell's going on. Probably
No, because
flap
NASA's
around
been
like a
doing
chicken
this.
up there, lose a couple feathers.
NASA's been doing this, and they've done it to like Americans, and they seem to get it. They think it's
What
relaxing.
do you mean they've done to America? Do you mean like abducting Americans? Is that
Well,
what you're
not
trying to say?
abducting, just like sort of testing.
Testing? Like, have you guys? Now I know a lot of this stuff is still classified, but what are your take on UFOs? Have you guys ever worked on any of those
Well, this
projects?
is one of the things we we spoke of.
I mean, it might take a bizarre turn right now, but I want to hear some.
This
some
is one of the
alien
things we did not like how
stuff.
our governments handled these particular matters, and
I agree.
so we took it into our own accord to disclose some of the information about the UFOs, and we are pretty much responsible for
The first contact.
So,
yes.
For official.
So are
contact.
you saying you? What do you mean by UFOs? Did you find them? You came across
Well,
them? You
we don't call
discovered
them UFOs anymore because now we can identify them because we met them.
Okay.
But the general public still calls them that because they don't know.
So what do you call them now?
Flying objects.
Just flying objects.
Yeah.
just FOs.
Just flying objects.
We
Does that
call them FOs.
does that ever get confused
Yeah,
with things that are flying around in the air already, like helicopters, and those are flying?
Well, they have
objects,
names though:
drones.
helicopters, planes. You know.
So something that doesn't have a name is flying around.
It's
So something
basically
that's
the
not
brass tacks wanted to save the ink. So they just got rid of the U.
That sounds very
We
old-fashioned.
they save about $15,000 a year on ink because of the no longer using the U when typing documents about the
And that's
flying
fuel for
objects.
More missions.
I see, because there's probably a lot
And
of
that is food in
documents
our
where
bellies.
You probably have to type up a lot of U's in a lot of those. So all your documents are just missing U's in all the words, just across the board?
No,
There's
just
need for
the,
them
where
anymore.
it would be UFO. It just
There
says
is no
FO.
need for you. We
But,
got rid of the U.
we talk
and,
about UFOs.
it's revolutionary.
a lot. So
So have you worked
Now
on
we
any of
save a
or
lot.
seen any of these UFOs?
Oh,
And this
of
is what
course we
everyone's
did. We
kind of
were the
being
ones
in
that
outer
met
space
them.
in the space station. We have seen them, and they have even made contact with us while on the space station. We have spoken to these.
This is some heavy news right
Yeah.
now. You're kind of saying it like it's nothing.
Well,
Well,
no
this is old news
one's
for
ever
us.
going to believe this anyway. We have kept quiet for so long that I almost feel like
I mean, I know
people just think we're crazy anyway. So
I suppose. I mean, even Buzz Aldrin said he saw UFOs and aliens, right?
Yeah.
So
and
and
I-
other
I knew
astronauts
him.
too. Did you? Have you
Oh,
met
Buzz.
him? Did you?
yeah, of course.
Buzz was
What a guy.
difficult.
Yeah, difficult guy to work with, but he was great.
That's what I heard. He had like a temper, like a
Yes, he once
bat out of Jersey.
almost punched me in the face. Before.
Why? Why? What caused this? Did you anger him, or he's just like ticked off?
Well, I
in general.
taken his last
Taco.
taco of it was taco night on in the Rover.
I saw it.
Space tacos.
He was
Space Rover.
so angry.
Space
And-
tacos, or like
yeah, and it was taco
Oh,
night. It was
man.
I believe it was ground beef and mahi mahi tacos, and I took his last mahi mahi taco, and he did not take that very lightly.
I mean,
He was very ornery to begin with, and
Uh-huh.
he just was. That was the last straw for
He
him.
was
and
irate.
He went to go punch him, but everybody held him back.
I thought it was funny to take his taco. It was not.
I mean,
It
it
was
sounds
not.
pretty fun. It's something I wouldn't like if someone stole my space taco.
Looking
but-
back at it, I think it was a wrong thing to do to take his taco.
Well, you guys set on rations, and you can only eat certain amounts at certain times. I mean, I could imagine. Was that the case for you guys?
well,
And
Yeah.
what mission was this?
This was the
the moon landing.
The moon landing.
well,
Yeah, they got there first, but we were the backup just in case they didn't make it.
Oh, gotcha. Because they
And,
didn't want to tell the news that they didn't accomplish this goal.
Yeah, we
So
were the
they had a
guys
backup team.
holding and taking pictures of them.
Oh,
We were behind the camera.
Gotcha. You were the ones recording everything, and if something happens to them, you would take their spots.
Exactly.
yeah. So basically, we were a camera crew.
Uh huh.
But we
Wow.
were the technically
But we
second
just served as the cameraman for that
team
one
to
mission.
go there, not the other space team.
Wow. And did you encounter aliens during that mission, or?
Oh,
or...
I would say every single mission that we have
Really?
gone in outer space, there has been some kind of sighting or contact of some
Can
sort.
you explain some of these sightings, what they might look like?
Some of them are invisible.
Well,
They're made out of
really?
air, and they don't like going in directly outer space. They don't have spacesuits, really.
So how can you tell if you see them?
Well, they are a more or less a floating orb of energy. They do not have bodies.
You can't
Oh,
really
wow.
see.
So they are so incredibly evolved that they do not need a physical body.
So how do you know they're
exist.
there?
Well,
Yeah,
we
'cause
have
you hear 'em talking to
we
you in
wear
your
out
head.
our ultraviolet space goggles, and
Yeah, you can see them in other.
we can
forms
see
of
them
light.
in
And other light
different-
spectrums?
But our form
ex-
of light, we can't see them. It's
different,
invisible. But you hear them in your head.
what do
They
you
talk
call
to
it?
you
You see-
in your
You see,
language.
that's a crazy thought that I've thought about before. Tell me if this is true. Maybe you guys know, maybe you guys don't. But since we evolved here on this planet and we can see everything, and air appears to be, invisible, oxygen and nitrogen, and is it possible that it's because of our vision we evolved to it because we had to be able to see through it? So we're seeing through that stuff and just seeing the vibrations, and if there was some other alien, they might not be able to see through the same gas as we can.
That's exactly right.
Is it?
Exactly right.
Oh, wow. And
But most forms
You seem well versed
aliens
in the
grew up on a
matter
planet
of
where they would have to do some
this matter.
similar things, so they could see usually the same thing we can, but
depending on the
different here
gases
and
and,
then- and difference
uh,
what's
here.
in the air.
exactly.
This is
Very-
interesting.
That is just an interesting thought.
Those ones do exist, but we don't really like those ones. We like the ones that are kind of look like us.
The old standard humanoid.
Oh, yeah, you have
kind.
your average
I hear that
rays,
most.
they call them,
right?
with the big eyes and the
Yeah.
heads, and they are those ones are not very friendly. Those are the ones that
Abduct you as well as the government. That's
Yeah,
what
but we got a lot of
Good.
information from them whenever they mess up and crash.
Mm-hmm.
But the
they
other
are
ones,
terrible pilots, I must say.
There's green ones.
terrible.
Green ones are a little bit bigger, and their heads about the same
Those big
size
eyes
as
cannot
ours.
see so well.
So they
huh?
kind of look like us, and they're pretty nice.
Oh wow! I've only ever heard stories and fake pictures and stuff, or what I believe to be is fake. I've never actually seen any aliens, but what other kinds are there? You said there was a couple, or more.
There's
Like an
plenty more.
endless-
The list goes on and on. Like as many different types of life in Earth there is the same as outside.
As like any other planet could have just as many,
Exactly.
even more or less.
We know of one that had two completely different intelligent species that went into space from the same planet.
And what happened? Were they constantly fighting, or did they work together, or
No, they liked
is it
each
a
other.
war? Oh, really? So they
Yeah.
actually got into space pretty deep, or who are
Yeah.
these aliens? I'm curious about this.
They're not
race.
here no more, I don't think.
Oh, really?
We haven't seen them. We just know about them from other aliens.
Oh, wow. So there's a whole community of aliens.
Yeah.
There's an intergalactic
That's what we're doing.
space government, and we are just a small little pawn in their
That's what we're doing with
system.
the World Space Station.
Believe it or not, we have a role in the economy of space.
The
There
World
is
Space
a-
Station is going to be the connecting city, basically, to the others.
But we do
It's gonna
not
be
talk
ours.
of these matters because
I was just gonna say. I mean, some of
people
these.
do not believe us anyway.
It's behind the moon, that's why you can't see it yet.
See, being retired has its perks because we can talk about these things now.
And so many.
And
yeah. I mean, you're still not allowed to just talk about anything, though, are you? I mean, there's a
there's
lot of
literally
things
a
I'd
man
like to
outside
know.
pointing a gun at me right now. I see him. He's standing in the trees.
He's not going to do it, though.
But I just know he's
We
there.
they need us too much. They can't do anything.
They
to us.
know that we fix their mistakes. We do. That's why they keep us around, and that's why we say whatever we want and
Oh, wow.
do whatever we want, because
We know their schedules, basically, because we worked there for
every
a while.
Secret Service. I was in the Secret Service, and I understand these matters of being mysterious and
someone
doing things on the down low. You say how you Americans say.
Yes.
And me being an
DL.
avid hunter
The
from
DL.
the South,
Oui.
I know how to sort of hunt and
LOL.
be quiet and do my thing.
So
I guess that's the smartest way to play
This
it.
is why we still are alive today, actually, because
We fix their shit.
well, yes.
Like they'll go out on a break, and we'll come in and fix their computers, their comms,
Yeah.
and we'll leave before they get back from their break.
Yeah.
And they come back and they're
Uh-huh.
like, "Well, everything's working so
Well, we
better."
still know all the top secret codes. They have not changed them for over 30 years. They still have the same passwords. It's like the government is kind of ridiculous. You know how
That's one
when
reason why we
you
don't
have
like it.
passwords and most people use the same password for everything.
Yeah.
This is what
the government
this
does.
is what the CIA, the FBI,
This is one of
NASA,
their biggest
same password.
mistakes.
They all use
they all
the same
use the
exact
same
password.
thing.
You go right in, you follow the same
And
schedule.
you guys know the password?
Of course, we know the password.
I do not think I am going to
You can't talk about that.
tell that.
Well, we're not
I
gonna
think,
tell you, 'cause then
yes,
you
I
can
see
do
that.
your own
I see
thing.
that laser
But we
pointed.
don't.
I see you in the tree.
Of course I would.
See, as the laser pointed at my head right now, it's all right. I'm not going to say.
All right.
We won't say the password.
All right. I mean, I don't want to die and then have all our listeners.
You do not want brains
murdered as
splattered
well.
all over
Yeah.
your studio.
Yeah, and
you
in
do not.
and in the streets, all the listeners. They'd have to kill all of them too.
Wait.
It'd be just
Well,
a
if he
mass
killed me,
bloodshed.
he'd have to kill you. He'd have to
And
kill everyone.
Everyone, yeah, pretty much. Or like the 20 people that listen to this.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, it's like hundreds, like close to like thousands, like so close to thousands. It's almost like millions of people. You could say there's a billion people that listen to this every time.
It grows every
show.
time.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
a billion plus. It's like McDonald's. We've served over a billion. That's all we have to say.
And every time it's watched again, that's another number.
Exactly. And all we have to do is say, a billion or more until it gets to,
We
100 billion or
Treble.
1,000 million billion.
So what kind of things do you know about space?
I mean, I don't really know too much about space. I mean, I've always been a fan.
Have you ever been to space?
No. I've always
I
dreamed
keep
though.
forgetting most people haven't been to space.
No, I've always dreamed. I know it's probably because you've been there so often. It's like a second.
Well, that's
We
why,
have
that's
a
why we
second
look
planet
like
to
we're
you.
about 30.
In our books.
Is that?
Quite a lot.
I mean, that's got to be one of the most romantic things. Is a spacewalk together. How is that? How was your first spacewalk together, guys?
Well, that was when.
It was
this-
kind of awkward, but we had to hold hands,
Yeah.
and we couldn't really because we couldn't get our balance. But
Yes, we needed to hold hands.
Was it a
in order
sunrise, a
to,
sunset, or both?
Maintain our position where we were outside of the space station.
and yeah, it was kind of awkward, but it was fun.
It was quite a view. I will never forget.
I could imagine. I could imagine.
I think
could
I
imagine.
remember seeing a picture of it somewhere, but I think Harry has it, and I don't know where he is anymore.
Harry.
Harry Weinstein, he was he did the comms. Harry, if
Cousin.
you're listening,
Harry.
can you send us that picture?
Bon
a copy
travail,
of it?
Harry. We love you, Harry.
Space mail.
If you're out there,
Space mail.
he's out there. He's always
He has to be
there.
out there. He was always he was a fighter.
I mean, I guess I kind of lied. I mean, we're. I mean, I forgot to mention that this is a special show. Not only because we have both of you guys on here, but we're actually in one of those mid-orbit flights where it's kind of like in the high atmosphere.
No wonder.
But I can't say I've actually been to space though. See, that's not actually.
I
being
feel
in
like I'm
space.
floating off my chair.
Yeah, it's a little.
I
I mean,
kinda am.
that's why we got the seatbelts. I forgot to
I thought
bolt
I was
them all
just
down.
losing
but-
weight. Honestly, I thought I had
Well,
shed a few pounds.
I wish I could have kept that dream going. But you are looking fat these days.
Well, I feel fat, though.
I mean, ever since retirement, I'm sure you've been retired, what, 20 years now or something? Or
Yes, give or take. I had
21 or 2, I should say, because you're 72. So
since I was about 50.
And
Yes.
how long was it that you were in your retirement before you joined up with my crew? And we're doing these rogue missions now?
Oh yeah.
Well, I did nothing for about 13 years. I just sat around and I was I lived in a community in Florida and thought I had accomplished the American dream.
I mean, you used to watch all those launches.
I lived in
right by that space
Paradise
launch
Valley,
platform.
Florida. It was.
I've never been there.
It was the shittiest place on earth.
Hey, at least you got to saw the rockets all the time.
Oh, that was nice. That was very nice, actually. Seeing the occasional.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that actually kind of
space launch.
that kind of inspired you.
That made me get
partially
back into things.
after you guys retired and kind of went your separate ways for a few years. What made you guys decide to team up and do what you're doing now? And please explain what you do now.
Well,
Well, we got
never-
really drunk one night. Actually,
The thing
I don't
is,
know if you remember.
yes. No, I remember before,
it was
but
at your place. You were watching the rockets, right? And you guys were getting drunk or something. I was reading this in a book somewhere.
I
It
came
was one of
over
your
because
biographies,
he
I think.
invited me for a drink, and I wanted to try and get him to work with the company that me and a few other people made. I never really got into retirement. I retired from NASA, but started a company with some other people that retired, and
But
we
you-
basically were doing rogue missions and going around fixing
Oh, we
things all
instantly
over the world.
Got right back into it, huh? So what do you mean by rogue missions?
We will wait for people to leave their planes or spaceships alone, so they're like no one's watching.
Yeah.
We'll take them out. We'll fly around and we'll fix satellites, and then we'll fly them back down.
I thought
make
this
it
was
look like-
absolutely crazy when he
Yeah.
first presented it to me, and then one day we that's what time we had a few drinks,
Mhm.
and he said I will show you, I will show you. He said I will never forget. He said I will show you.
And I brought out
He
my
kept saying, I
phone.
will show you.
I took my phone out, and then I showed him videos, and he was saying they could be fake.
And then he was like, okay, let's go. And we very drunkenly stumbled into a NASA facility and were able to board a
And you
rocket.
got in
and,
using the same old password.
I said, this is not happening right now. There's
Well,
no
I
way.
told him, I was like,
I
put
said,
in the
"There's
old
no way."
password. I told him to put in the old password, and
And
he
they
was
were
able to get in.
getting
He's
into
like,
any
no way,
facility.
there's no way it would work.
Get into anything.
And he did it.
Everyone happened to be
Wow.
unable. Like, we first of all we had all the passwords,
Mhm.
and
Which
then
was pretty much
the
one.
people that were watching were on a break. Were on a silly dinner break, which he knew about.
Yeah.
There
pay
was
attention.
one gal, security
Sunday
gal.
silly break.
He takes a bathroom break every night at 10:17 p.m. And we snuck right in, and we were successful.
We took the rocket and we
And
went
we-
out the entire weekend. Went to space. We fixed a satellite.
Oh,
What else did we
wow.
do? We went somewhere else. I can't remember, but we came back just in time before everybody came back to work,
Holy
and it
moly.
worked perfectly. And he pretty much just said, "When can I start?" And I said, "You're hired right now."
Whoa.
Yes, it
That's
was the
quite
most
a
fun I had in years, and
It kind of
ever since then we have solved so many problems.
probably
that,
brought back a bit of nostalgia, I'm sure. After all those years of retirement, sitting doing nothing. Must have felt
It
good
was très
to
magnifique.
get back into
Très
it.
magnifique.
Wow.
Très bon. Très magnifique. Bonsoir. Oh. Oui.
Yay! Wow. I don't speak French, but that was very inspiring. It almost makes me want to do that.
Well, maybe one day. You got to get your physical and everything
And
first.
you guys still do this?
we have to go in maybe a few hours
Oh, wow.
and get ready, and we got another launch coming soon.
Who, Oh, so how many years have you guys actually been doing this? I mean, I know it's a little different for you in retirement for 13 years, but you've been doing this for at least, well, it was 20 years now?
20 years now.
Wow. 13, and you got into it just kind of, what was it, about 6 years ago or so?
7 years ago.
Set.
Wow.
Set.
That's amazing.
7 years. I have been collaborating with mon ami, mon frère.
Sometimes I don't know what this guy's saying.
Is that like
He is my brother.
Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I know what he's saying now.
Oh.
Well,
We
it's like an unbreakable spirit, I see. How long do you guys plan on doing this for? And,
Well, truly, I don't think I'll ever stop.
uh-huh. And this is launching between the hours or just working in the facilities or...
well, we
anything?
pretty much
Just
work
needs to be-
around there. Mostly the NASA and
So do they ever notice these
the
things?
Air Force. The Air Force and NASA. We know their schedules and we
Do they...
work around their
So
schedules.
do they ever notice the work you guys do?
They wake up one day and they go, "Oh, that problem was fixed."
Oh, this
Okay, and they
They
just
basically think that this is pretty good, whatever's happening.
Yeah.
So they're not really looking into it too
I
much.
think that they are going,
Uh,
"Oh," they just like
So
looking the other way.
So pretty much what you guys are saying is you guys are what keeps NASA running and just
Wait,
keeps all these
Like I
programs
say,
in
they
check.
know
And
what we
the
are
Air
doing.
Force,
They
don't
know
forget
what we
about
are
the
doing.
Air Force.
and
They know what exactly
The
what we are
military.
doing, and they do not stop us.
well, I mean, why would they?
Sometimes I
There's
think
no
they
reason
let
to.
us-
That's why they do it.
Sometimes they probably just makes them think that they're just so the best at what they do because they got no problems.
Yeah,
These
like
problems just kind of work themselves out mysteriously.
there was a satellite about 2 years ago
Yeah.
that was falling down. They're like, well, it's just got to fall. We can't do anything about it. So
Yeah.
next weekend,
Mhm.
and guess what? It was in the right place and it wasn't falling no more.
Oh,
You know
really?
why? We went up there and did it. All you got to do
No
is go
shit.
do it.
I mean, so that's one of your biggest mottos too. Is all you got to do is just do it.
See, what we
Right?
do is very dangerous.
All you got to go
because,
is just do it.
I can
because it-
see regular astronauts that have been doing as long that we have,
Yeah,
they'd be scared.
slipping up and
Yeah, they'd mess up. But
Well, one
since we're so
miscalculation
experienced, we just go up there and do it. Come
the
back, and they don't
spaceship
even know
would
how it got
explode.
fixed.
yeah.
They're just happy we did it.
Most of the time that we do it, we drink too.
Drink like what? Like water or Kool-Aid?
Oh,
or
plenty of water.
Because it has to wash out
brandy
the alcohol.
or-
Well, water, and then we finish the water, and then we drink
The space alcohol.
space
See, I brew my
Whiskey.
own whiskey up there.
spice whiskey.
What's
Space
a Wardair?
Spice.
You do it. You do it in zero gravity, and it's so
That's what he
good.
says. It's called spice whiskey. I am
Spice
trying
whiskey.
to sound like you
Spice
fool.
whiskey.
Spice booze. Space booze. Space blues.
Stuff is really strong. It's 300 proof.
That's pretty spacey.
Because in outer space, you get another 100 from it.
Oh, really?
It's the zero gravity. That's
The
what it
zero
does.
effect.
0G.
Zero G effect. Just like that new liquor out by Happy Cook. It's zero G liquor. It's
They basically took my
No.
formula. I'm not too good at
Zero.
patents,
It's
but
straight up-
that's
straight
what
up
they did.
alcohol.
G.
no, it doesn't come from whiskey. It's not, gin, brandy. It's not vodka. It's just straight up just alcohol. It's just made in laboratory. Happy Cook Labs. Florence, Pierre
Wait.
Pierre, the second, is it?
Baptiste the Third.
Baptiste
It
the
is,
Third.
my friends just call me Pierre, but it's Florenso Pierre Pierre Baptiste the Third.
Mhm.
I'm an astronaut
Mhm.
from all over the world.
Yes, that's why we have you here tonight.
Oh, my good
Or,
friend Piggy.
um,
We call him Piggy because he used to eat all the rations on us.
It's Mr. Eaglewood.
He ate all the
right?
mac and cheese and chili
Herschel-
rations.
Herschel Eaglewood.
In the same day, he ate all of the mac and cheese and chili, and I was very, very, I very upset. I call him, "You are a piggy."
It's lovely to have you guys on the show once again. It's a pleasure.
Well, you know, this is very
I've been
fun.
a fan
I've
of
never done
space
this
ever
before.
since I was a kid. You know, I've always thought about going into space, and
Well, you should come with
guys, you guys are like the unspoken heroes.
We can take him on a mission, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You'd have to go through a physical first, though.
This is what we can do. We can make sure he is physically fit. I mean, if I can go,
Hey,
he
I
can
mean,
go,
it's
let me
Rusty
tell you.
Rafters
If
you're
I
talking
can go.
about.
I think Rusty Rafters can go.
No, Rusty
quite
can do
big
anything. That's what they say. Anyway,
Grotesque,
I don't
if you
believe
ask
it,
me,
but
but anyway.
Well, it
But my
doesn't
fans
really
do.
seem to be anything physically wrong looking with you.
not on the outside. Not on the outside.
Exactly. We must make sure he can mentally withstand the pressure of being in
The G-forces
space.
are a lot of G-forces. These
There
ships
are.
that we're taking, they're pretty
But
powerful.
we should do a.
Can you explain?
Maybe we come back for another show, and you
Mhm.
come up with us on the on a mission in space.
That would be great. These airplane simulators aren't the best way. I mean, we can experience a few seconds of space, a weightlessness, but we're still just basically in an airplane.
Oui.
So I would
Exactly.
love to take you up on that, and I would love to go into space and do our next interview sometime in the future in space.
That would be lovely. What do you
Yes.
think?
I think that's a great idea. Maybe we could do this in space.
That would be amazing. I've got quite a guest list and celebrity guest list, but I'm sure we can plan something in the future, guys. So what are your future endeavors, and do you have any missions coming up, or can you talk about those? I mean,
Well, like I said, we got one in a few hours that we'd have to be going to soon. That
Yes,
we-
hopefully this plane will be landing quite soon. We need to get out of here, and it is a mission of great importance.
We're basically going back to the space station behind the moon. We have to help with the welding and the wiring and the framework and everything. We're trying to make it ready for the other ones, so we could have a place to visit with them.
Is it just you guys, or do you guys have a team with you? Because it
There's
sounds
a-
like
they're only
there's
equipment.
our guys.
We make
There's
sure
another
it is
team
structurally
later.
sound.
Like, we have the 4-day weekend coming up, so we're going to be able to take this thing out for 4 days.
Oh wow.
Help them out for 4 days.
Uh-huh.
We'll take it down. We'll go to another space station, wait for their schedule, go back
Mhm.
up.
I see.
So we get to do it, maybe, at the most 3 days a week.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
that's enough.
Yeah,
Helping them out, because we know what we're doing more than they do.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, thank God we have guys like you going out there, or at least just
But
you
they don't
guys
know we are
going
doing
out there.
it, right?
Well,
Wink,
they,
wink.
they assume
They assume that it just gets done.
they're happy about it.
But
Yeah.
we just get it done ourselves, and
It's a
they don't
very-
ask any questions. They
That sounds like a noble
leave
thing
us
to
alone,
do.
and we do our work.
They just keep it nice and fueled
It's
for
bon
us.
travail for us.
Very, very, very noble cause.
Yeah, so when,
I see.
I guess when we get
If there's a cause.
in the plane and we have the other crewmen there, I guess we could start talking to them about getting him in the next mission.
Oh
That'd be
yes,
great.
you can.
That'd be great.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
idea.
I don't know much
Yeah.
about fixing stuff, especially in space, but I can do. I could try. I'm good at floating upside down. I think I've never
Well,
tried
everybody's
it.
good at that. We've tested that with everybody.
But, oh well, then I'm useless in space. But I can still.
well, that is the first
we
test.
can have the
You
talk
take
show at least.
That's the first test
The
everybody
upside down
takes.
test. Yes.
Can you be upside down?
That I can do. I will pass that with red, white, and blue stars.
Oh wow, they better be red, white, and blue.
They will be.
Not red and white. Not
or-
red and blue. Not white and
It
blue.
better be a white too, not
They
an
need all
white,
three.
like an eggshell white. It's
Uh,
got to be
the-
real white.
Wow.
It'll be pure red, pure white, and pure blue, and just like the French
I know I
and
am
the American
French, but I
flags.
bleed red, white, and blue.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. And
I love
so
this
yes, I would
nation.
love that. I would love that. Hopefully, we can do that. In maybe the next couple episodes.
America, to me, only the brave.
You know
Nice.
what?
Only the brave can be an American.
Since we'd have another person on the space station, I say we do the old mining mission that I've been wanting to do that we need another person for.
What is
We
that?
are looking for space.
Is that like this is like the movie Armageddon?
Kind of, but we're not trying to explode it or nothing. We're just trying to get its natural resources. That way we can fund for our own space station.
So it is going to be
own.
we're going to land on an asteroid. Is that what you're saying?
Well, this asteroid.
Yes, but it's very big. It's not like going to be like a little rock that we have to bounce on a pebble.
Uh huh.
It's going to be big, like about the size of, a small mountain.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
and we
so-
are
all right.
landing,
Rusty's down. Rusty's down.
It's made of metal, so we're gonna have these off-magnet boots where it goes off and on, and you can walk and everything, and it's really, really strong. So,
That's cool. That's
and
cool.
it's got lasers. You like lasers?
Oh, I love lasers. That's one of Rusty's favorite things. Lasers.
We're gonna take the lasers and melt it, and then we're gonna take a shovel and shovel it into buckets
Oh,
and
nice.
take it back with us.
Kind of like Mr. Bucket. I love that game.
we
Remember
the
that
whole
game,
thing is-
Mr. Bucket?
but those-
The thing is,
come out of his mouth.
we
Yeah.
need one person for the laser. We need one person to make sure the space station, the spaceship ain't going nowhere, and we need one person with the bucket.
Rusty can
You could be
hold
the
the
bucket.
bucket.
The bucket guy?
man. You
He's
be
the
bucket
bucket.
man.
That's all right. Rusty can get a little dusty.
Yeah, it's space
It's all
dust.
good. Yeah.
This space
It's
dust
the
that
best.
we are mining.
That's the best kind.
This will not give you.
We do
Oh,
not
yeah.
know what use we will get out of it, but it will be very useful.
Yeah, that's
with the money we
It's,
make
hell
from
yeah.
the minerals, this
Uh-huh.
does not make you any kind of partner in the space station we're making, though.
huh.
You could always work for us one day. Maybe you could start your podcast being in space in our space station.
I can. Who knows? Who knows? That'd
we
be
do need to
interesting.
have some employees. Start
Space,
making money.
the Rusty podcast from space. That'd be the next step. I mean, we're already in the atmosphere, and we're gonna probably be landing really soon.
Yes.
You guys got to get out of here. Is that what you were saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, wait
I
for the
think
mission?
I think my phone's ringing.
They are
It might
going
be
on
that
their break
right now.
very soon, and
All right.
we
Yeah, there we
have
go. The lights
to
coming on.
have a couple
There we go.
drinks
Lights
and
flashing.
then have a little fun.
Yeah, it's Curtis. He's landing.
We
the
make
plane
up
now.
the next day. We
Okay.
do not remember, but we get it done, and it's fun.
Well, guys, it was a pleasure meeting you. One of my lifelong things was to meet an astronaut of some sort. Hopefully, it was going to be somebody with names people know, but you guys were fantastic and my inspiration since I was a kid. Thanks, guys.
merci
Well, this
beaucoup.
is fun.
Merci
This was my
beaucoup,
first
mon ami.
podcast. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yes, thanks.
Oui.
Thanks again, Pierre and Mr. Eaglewood. All right, well, that's it for the Rusty Rafters Show.
Au revoir.
Later.
Time to tune out. Take it away, Jose.
And now I'm going to eat a crepe.